This is One News Now. The pilot COVID-19 vaccination for minors or those aged 12 to 17 is all set to start on October 15. For more details, we have Maricel Halili reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Good afternoon, Mase. Mase, can you walk us through the guidelines for the inoculation of those aged 12 to 17? Is this still with comorbidities or is it for all?
Hi, Sean. So far, the IATF is still finalizing the draft of the omnibus guidelines for the inoculation of kids aged 12 to 17 years old. But based on the statement of Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez as well as Health Secretary Francisco Duque earlier, based on the initial draft, their plan is to start the inoculation from those aged 15 to 17 years old. After that, the second phase will be those children aged 12 to 14 years old. The priority will still be those kids with comorbidities, but before they get the inoculation, they need parental consent. Health Secretary Francisco Duque also said that they will do the vaccination for the minors in the hospital. They have already selected 6 hospitals in NCR. The reason behind this is because they need to closely monitor the effect of the vaccines to these kids. They want to make sure that there won't be any adverse effects to kids.
All right, I'm sure a lot of parents excited about that. Let's move on over to politics. Mase, did the palace have anything to say on the rumored Sara and Bongo tandem for the 2022 national elections?
Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque confirmed that, in an interview, President Duterte said that he is open to the idea of Sara-Go tandem. But then, when it comes to the skepticism, whether the statement of President Duterte about his retirement in politics is true, Secretary Roque said that those critics are entitled to their own opinion, but it will be better if they will just wait up until the deadline for the submission or the filing of the certificate of candidacy on October 8th and the deadline for the substitution on November 15th, just to prove that what President Duterte is saying or said is true.
All right, a good idea over there. Now, the president also verbally ordered members of his cabinet to not attend Senate hearings anymore. Is this policy already? Mase?
So for Sean, Secretary Roque said that he still has to get an update from the Office of the Executive Secretary or the Office of the President, whether or not the memo has already been issued. But he reiterated that the point of the President is that the President doesn't see the point of his cabinet secretaries attending the Senate hearing anymore. According to Secretary Duque, he has already attended about 21 hearings, both in Senate and Congress, and he already explained everything that he knows. Considering all the statement coming from the cabinet secretary, the president doesn't see any reason why his cabinet official still has to attend to the Senate hearing.
All right, thank you so much for all those updates. As usual, Maricel Halili reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Thank you, Mase. In other news, formerly pharmaceutical executive Crizel Mago has backtracked on her previous statements on the delivery of tampered face shields to the government. In today's House hearing, Mago said her admission in the Senate was pressured. She noted that expired face shields were immediately segregated before being distributed. Mago also said she is ready to face perjury charges after her retraction. The formerly executive is under House custody after being incommunicado with the Senate. The Health Department is assessing possible reasons behind a decline in COVID-19 cases. In Metro Manila, average infections decreased by 28% over the last week. Other areas such as Central Luzon and Calabarzon likewise recorded negative growth rates. However, the Health Department noted that the number of tests carried out was also down by 11.8%.
We are still assessing the reasons for this decline and if this reflects a true decline in cases or is affected by other factors such as ongoing active case finding and contact tracing, and the use of rapid antigen tests.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. This is still One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Commission on Elections is worried about the tighter schedule in preparing for the 2022 polls after the extension of voter registration until the end of the month. Greg Gregorio is reporting to us live from Pasay City for that update. Greg, what do you have for us?
Sean, the COMELEC fears that a 30-day extension of voter registration might affect the preparation and delivery of ballots for the 2022 elections. COMELEC Commissioner Antonio Cos said the pandemic and tighter schedule will make it even harder for them to print ballots. President Duterte signed the law extending the registration for 30 days. With this, COMELEC would have to wait for the total number of registered voters before it can begin printing the exact amount of ballots needed. With an even tighter schedule, they would have no choice but to suspend ballot printing should someone test positive during the course of the printing. Meanwhile, a situation likened to that of PDP Laban is also faced by a political party that has just filed a COC for a full slate of presidential to senatorial aspirants. The Philippine Green Republican Party now has 2 presidential and and vice presidential candidate. Leo Cadion, the presidential aspirant who filed today, claimed that the other nominees from the party are not real representatives. Two more aspirants filed under the name of the party last Friday. With this, Cadion said their group will file a motion against the COCs of the first filers. Sean, as of 1:45 this afternoon, the COMELEC has received 16 COCs for president, 7 for VP, 38 for senators, and 46 certificates of nomination and acceptance from 46 party lists. Sean?
Thank you so much for that update. That was News 5's Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Pasay City. Stay safe, Greg. Mindanao Development Authority Secretary Manny Piñol has resigned from his post to run for senator in the upcoming polls. Piñol said he wrote President Duterte a letter tendering his resignation effective October 5. The former Agriculture Secretary says he wants Filipino farmers and fishermen to become more productive while ensuring food security of the country. Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Commission on Population says that the Philippines will see slower growth in population this year. By the end of 2021, Popcom projects a 110 million Filipino population versus 109 million from 2020. The 1.3% population growth rate this year is slower compared to the country's annual average growth of 2.3%. And pork barrel queen Janet Napoles reiterates ties to Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon. Napoles accused Drilon of asking for 5 million pesos from her as support for his senatorial bid back in 2010. This comes after... Okay, another news, Cebu City's Tracy Perez is Miss World Philippines 2021. Perez will be competing in Puerto Rico in December. She is the second Cebuana queen after Beatriz Gomez won this year's Miss Universe crown. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.